looking at a notable options trade here in Palantir Technologies, about $1.2 million in put premium, 23 days to expiration, with roughly 99% of that flow going up at the ask. So this isn't just someone aggressively or passively fading the strength. This is an aggressive buyer stepping in for near-term downside exposure. It comes at an interesting moment. Palantir has been one of the biggest AI momentum names, running from $30 to $125 a share in a relatively short period of time. So Jamal, the question here today, is this just a hedge or someone leaning into the idea that this move has gone too far, too fast? Help us decode whether or not this is signal or noise.
Yeah, this is a good one, Chris. Looking at the stock, right? Stock's been upwards of 200 and change, but that was way back in November. Obviously, a lot has happened since that time period. Stock trading around 146 a day. So dug into it, and if we look at the trade here, I like to look at a couple of different expirations to kind of look around and get a feel for the name. I mean, when you do, like when we trade day in and day out, you're not necessarily looking at how a trade goes up. You're looking to trade, you're looking at prices, et cetera. But I looked at this one, in the near term, just looking at sort of the regular expiration, right? You can see how these options trade. These markets are anywhere from 10 to 15 cents wide sometimes, right? And so in this expiration, and I also looked at the near term, just weeklies as well. These trade in pennies, right? So that kind of gives you an idea of how these markets trade. If you look at the 142 strike here, 248 at 257, and even in our strike, the 135, $1.08, $1.13, right? These are a few pennies wide, and this is in the weekly expiration. In the regular monthly expiration, you can see these are a little bit wider, about 15 cents, 20 cents here, 450 at 470 on the 144 line, right? So looking at our trade, the 135 put in the April 24th expiration, if you go to that market, the 135 put, right now it's at 291 at 305. So that's 14 cents wide here, right? Looking at that contract, yesterday we can see that trade went up, and all I did here was just go, sometimes this will default to one day. I went 2 days back. Looking at that contract, we can see about 2,334 went up, right? And just to give you some historical context here, when I look at the amount of options that have traded over the last couple of days, you can see today we're at 117,000, but 464,000 there, 428,000 on the 30th, 487,000. On average, seems to be about 400,000 contracts, right? That goes up in Palantir. So for a for a 2,000 lot trade, it's sizable, and $1 million is nothing to sneeze at. But this is, not a huge trade from the standards of Palantir. Yet it's still Palantir, and this is interesting, especially given everything that's going on. So when we click on that candle, now we get into the details of the trade here, Chris. I always like to start and look at the timestamps. So 8:59:52 for this whole trade, and this we can see this is our trade. We can see the open interest was 2,200 from the day before. So here's one lot that went up at 8:59:52, and then bam, that's when it's just starting to get littered on the tape. 30 here, 85, 80, 80, 80, boom. You can see the volume going up. We're up to 1,000 here, and we get up to about 2,000 right around here. This is all the same time period, by the way. This is all occurring with 8:59 and 52 seconds. We're up to 23,000 all of a sudden. So. But the most interesting thing here is the market, 510 at 520. Now I just showed you some of these were occurring at some of these markets were 15 to 20 cents wide. To me, seeing this occur on the ask at 520 doesn't mean it's a buy. I think they were actually selling this.
Okay, so it's not just that there was a trade, it's how it went down. And when you see this kind of size in Palantir, the puts, the short dated, it's almost entirely lifted at the ask. It kind of suggests that the aggressor in the transaction seeking directional downside, not just liquidity here. So Jamal, I mean, is this someone who wants Palantir to fall? Is this a facilitation trade? What do you see that stands out here, and why is this signal versus noise?
Great question. Facilitation trades are typically like one block trades. They go all up in one print, and specifically a lot of times you'll ask to be on the print in that type of trade. Because you want it to go up at the same time. You don't want the price to move away from you if you're trying to hedge, etc. I feel like this one was not a facilitation trade. I do feel like this was probably the same person, maybe the same firm, but I just feel like they went out and just sort of saw the market and they took it. And I do think it kind of occurred at the ask. Again, when I just go back and look at this market right now at two, and again, obviously stock was 140 at the time of the trade, right? This is 147 today. Stock was lower. I almost feel like they were selling these puts, Chris. I could be wrong, but it seemed to me as though that was a much tighter market. It was 510 at 520. I mean, let's just look at the 145 puts here today, 6 at 620, right? That's 20 cents wide. I feel like if we saw it at 610, that'd be somebody offering all of a sudden, or maybe bidding up. But again, I think it's offered because again the market was, I think, wider, and they actually shortened that market by offering at 520. So I do feel like it was a sell.
Sometimes the loudest signal isn't the size; it's the urgency in which a trade is conducted, Jamal, and maybe that's what we're seeing here in Palantir. You've been watching Signal Alloys. This has been Tasty Live. Like and subscribe for more videos.